So I am here today with Danny Donahue, my good friend and fellow horror director, and we are doing a couple talks on filmmaking, horror, and so this video is going to be on my channel where you're watching it now, and we're going to upload another video to his channel, Danny Donahue. Go check it out. If you watch my content and enjoy it, then you probably already know about his or will like it more than mine. So have fun going over there and seeing his videos and our other discussion on insecurity with filmmaking. But today we are going to talk about jump scares in horror movies.
Yes.
Do you love them? Do you hate them? Do you not know that they exist? Well, either way, we're going to talk about them. So I think that a lot of people overly hate on jump scares. I feel like in a lot of YouTube comments or maybe film criticisms, it's like, oh, jump scares, really? You hit us with a jump scare? Come on. Like, you're better than that. But I think that general audiences are a big fan of jump scares. I don't think they think about them really. They just watch a movie, and when something causes them to jump, they're like, ha, got me. And they kind of like the feeling. It's like a roller coaster or something. And I don't think they deserve as much hate as they get.
I really like jump scares. I feel like they're, for contemporary horror, like a pretty critical component, part of the tool set of a horror filmmaker. You know, it's kind of like the highest peak on the heart monitor for scares. And the idea that people are, it has become kind of this like trend recently where people just hate them, and films that have jump scares, you know, they get trashed by people specifically for having jump scares. I've always felt like it's sort of a misunderstanding of the problem, you know, like people, in my opinion, are reacting to bad jump scares.
Yes, that's a huge thing.
Not jump scares in general. It's like ones where, you know, the friend taps you on the shoulder, or like
cat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the cat jumps out.
Feels unearned.
People are reacting to it because they feel cheated, or they feel like they don't trust the filmmaker at that point, or they feel manipulated, which at the end of the day is like the whole art of cinema.
Yeah.
It's about manipulation,
Yeah.
you know, and hopefully in the best way possible, where you're connecting with your audience
And hopefully having an emotional reaction of some kind.
Yeah. I think it does come down to just people reacting to bad jump scares and assuming then that all jump scares are bad.
Totally. It felt like everyone caught on to that. The friend tapping you on the shoulder was like, not good.
Yeah.
Or just the cat running by was like, okay, come on. But it somehow seeped into all jump scares where people are just like, oh, jump scares are bad? Okay, then all jump scares are bad. And if I see one, I'm going to say like, that's cheap. Oh, you hit me with a jump scare. They might just be mad that they jumped, you know?
Yeah, I feel like that is to some degree part of it. I mean, there's probably people who genuinely just hate jump scares in general because they don't like them. They don't like being scared. They don't like the sensation of it.
My wife absolutely hates jump scares, but she's not sitting there saying like, oh, it's cheap. Jump scares shouldn't be in cinema. It's like, oh, it's a dumb, but she hates them because of the way it makes her feel, and she does not like being scared.
Yeah.
So that's like a different not liking jump scares. That's a jump scare doing its job.
Sure.
And freaking someone out.
Yeah, I feel like the criticism itself though is really, it's really unjust, because it's like I would say some of the greatest movies in history have had jump scares, and some of the greatest directors ever have used jump scares, and really effectively. I mean, you've got like Hitchcock, obviously, with like Psycho and stuff. Like that's pretty much a jump scare. But Spielberg uses jump scares, and not like all the time. You know, he uses them sparingly, but he's got some like for real jump scares.
I think the moment that I knew I wanted to make movies was when a jump scare hit me.
Yeah.
In Signs, where he's watching that home footage from some South American country of the aliens invading, and the camera pans over to this alleyway, and an alien just walks across it, and like there's a music hit, and the frame freezes, and the character jumps back freaking out.
Yeah.
And I remember just like that moment, like chills going down my spine, and like I had to like stop the movie and like take a walk around the house. I was in junior high, and I like that reaction in my body. I was like, I want to do this to people. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
Some kind of, but that's like, so I don't, maybe that's why jump scares are near and dear. But I think you did touch on something. It's like the jump scares we're talking about are so well crafted and like not predictable. Maybe that's what people are feeling.
At the end of the day, I think what people are reacting to is misuse of the tool, not the tool itself.
100%.
But there's any number of ways where it doesn't work, or you're relying on it too heavily, or whatever, and it feels ham-handed. It feels like you're beating somebody over the head with it, or that it's like this is just a crutch, you know. And I think it gets unfairly panned because of it.
Totally.
I mean, I would argue that the exact same debate basically happens with CGI all the time.
Yes.
Where people are like, CGI sucks. And it's like, well, CGI doesn't suck because it's actually amazing.
Because look at all these shots that you didn't know had CGI in them.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah. The stuff that people can do with CGI is insane. And it's so cool, and it's like amazing. But at the same time, you can easily abuse that. You know, it's like now you suddenly have all of these options, and just because you can do something doesn't mean that you should do something. But that happens, and you get bad CGI or misused CGI, and then again, I think unfairly people go like, well, CGI is terrible.
All CGI is bad. I also think that there are audiences that will go to a horror movie, and if they don't jump, they're coming out of that movie saying it wasn't scary.
Yeah.
So it also depends like who's your audience. And there's some audiences that want a slow burn, Hereditary, or some kind of the Witch kind of movie where it just seeps into the back of your brain and creeps you out for the rest of the night. And there's some audiences that want to scream. They want to snuggle with their girlfriend next to them because they're scared, and they want to, go on a roller coaster.
They want The Conjuring.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. And I think there's any number of like combinations of those too. And I think all of them are scary in different ways because there's all sorts of different kinds of fear. And I find myself, there's a lot of like great jump scares where I've been like, wow, that was scary. But then there's also like a lot of like uncanny valley, like creeping dread, quiet moments. And those are scary too. Yeah. Just in a different way. And I think to limit yourself by saying like one or the other shouldn't be used or is just exclusively bad. Yeah. Is just like, you're just hamstringing your ability to do the art fully, I think. It's a tool in your arsenal. It's like saying, all dolly shots are bad because you saw a bad one at one point.
It's like, what? You told a joke and I laughed. It's like, cheap. I didn't want to laugh at this comedy.
Yeah. What, are you trying to get a reaction out of
it does kind of feel like different styles of horror come in and out. And it feels like jump scares. I don't know. Maybe it's just the bubble that I'm in, but it feels like people want them to be gone right now.
Yeah, I hear about it all the time on online and stuff. It's like, what, you can't be scary without jump scares? And it's like, well, you can, but like, do you want to be? Like, it's, like why just take that off the table completely? I mean, just try to make good ones, I guess.
Try to make good ones. I think he summed it up. It was like, jump scares are just a tool that you can use in your arsenal of filmmaking, and it doesn't have to be bad, but there's always like too much of a good thing. There's misuse of a good thing. And I guess this is just us talking about jump scares, and I like jump scares personally. So I want to keep seeing them. I want to keep seeing them innovated, and I was feeling like jump scares were getting a bad rap. So thanks for watching us talk about jump scares for a couple minutes. Head on over to Danny's channel, link in the description. We're going to be talking about self-doubt and filmmaking and that kind of stuff. So if you want to check out some of his shorts, some of his behind the scenes, and another discussion like this, head on over there and check it out. Thanks for talking about jump scares.
Yeah, thank you.